Today I have some speed colouring to share with you. Hi there, it's Therese from Lostinpaper, and I have this awesome stamp set from the Colorado Craft Company, and it's from their Big and Bold collection, and this one's called the Sweetest Birthday Cone. I'm going to be doing some no-line colouring and also some speed colouring today, but I just had to show you how large this stamp is. It is massive, and that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card. It's a panel. It's cut the same size as the card, and I can't fit the whole ice cream cone on this card. So it'd be a good stamp if you were a, like the 12 by 12. What do you? Scrapbooker, if you're a scrapbooker. Or if you made a long thin stamp, or you could cut it in half and get 2 or 3, but I just love the image, and actually all of their Big and Bold images are so cool, and I've got some more that I'll be sharing with you in the near future. Now, I stamped it with some of the Ink On 3 fade out ink and thought I'd do some Copic colouring, and this is where it all started to go wrong, kinda. I probably should have just stamped it out in black ink initially, because I find that if I've coloured an image once or twice, it makes it easier for me to colour it the next time. And by going straight to no line colouring, it's putting a bit of pressure on myself. And I did struggle a little, but I think I got there in the end. I'll let you be the decision maker in that. I did have to change it up a little bit because I was just going to do Copics initially, and you can see the colours that I've used there. The lids are off to the side, but if you go through the link below in the description, you will also find a full list of them at my blog post. Now this is where it all really started to go horribly wrong. I was wanting to make it a really pale mint ice cream, and I caught the edge of the brown Copic marker. Obviously it hadn't dried properly, or I think I kind of need to clean a couple of my markers. I saw Sandy, I'll not do a recent video. Actually, it's probably not recent. My watch list is really long, so I'm like 2 months behind everybody else. I'm still watching Christmas cards being made. But I don't want to miss any of my favourite video makers at YouTube. The paper crafters there are really inspiring, and I would rather have a long watch list and just watch it at my leisure when I can enjoy it, rather than putting pressure on myself. So anyway, the ice cream ended up a lot darker than I intended because that bit of brown got pushed into the green. So then I came in with more colour. I smudged some of the greens, tried to create a little bit of texture as well, and still wasn't particularly happy with the way that the ice cream looked. And I'd already decided at this point I was going to come in with pencil over top, and that's one of my favourite things to do if I'm not particularly happy with an image, or sometimes it's just a really good way to add a bit more depth. I often add Prismacolor pencils to my Copic coloured images at the end of the colouring, because obviously you can't, because of the wax base of the pencils, you can't come back in over top with the Copics. So it is something that you need to do after you've finished colouring with the alcohol markers. So once I'd got all the Copic colour down, that's when I came in with my pencils. I will list these at my blog as well, the colours that I've used here, because you can't see them. It just looks like I'm using a brown pencil. It could be any of them. And a green pencil here, and I have got a pencil extender on this one here. I don't know if you've seen me use one of those before, but that's a really cool tool. If you don't have one, they're very affordable, and it means you get more life out of your pencil, because you can actually use them right down to when there is like a stub, and you just put it inside that, and it just gives you the length to be able to colour more easily. And of course it's a mint ice cream, so I had to add choc chips, and that was always in the back of my mind too. I thought, well, if I wasn't really happy with the colouring, I can add choc chips, and so I did, and I actually think they look really cool. This was almost a 1-layer card, and when I say that, I mean I was playing around with the sentiment here, and this is from another set from the Colorado Craft Company. It's called a Perfume Bouquet. It is a stunning stamp set, another big and bold one, and I added the sentiment here with some brown ink directly onto the ice cream cone, and as soon as I did it, I didn't like it. It's too dark. I should have, and I think I really would have liked it if I had done it in the lighter colour. So I couldn't do it. I had to change it up. And of course, go for the old faithful white heat embossing on black cardstock. And I used the same sentiment here, and I decided to die cut it with a circle. This is an Alan Hudson. It's from their Space Out stamp set. It's actually built, the die is built to cut around a planet, but I used it here today, and I could see the stamp behind. So I'd already stuck it on top, and then I realised that I could see the word behind, so I had to pull it off and do it again. But I don't know, do you reckon I got there in the end? Does it look like mint ice cream? Chocolate chip mint ice cream? Anyway, I hope so. I had fun today, and I thought I'd share this with you anyway. I'll have everything linked below. If you like the video, please click on the thumbs up button. If you haven't already, I'd love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.